All right, welcome back to 13th Forward. Today's topic of discussion is Cody Franson, been put on waivers by the Chicago Blackhawks. Steph, what do you think of this move?
Well, I think it's a bit interesting, especially because the Blackhawks aren't the greatest team in depth-wise. I mean, you look at their defense and you have a bunch of guys that are kind of appearing there, playing like top six role for the first time in their careers in the NHL, right? But I mean, I guess they feel that their guys have stepped up enough,
They
and
don't need him anymore.
they don't need him anymore. Yeah, and they can let him go or let him go to the AHL or something like that.
So, what teams do you think could potentially claim him?
Well, I've been hearing a lot about the Islanders potentially claiming him. They they're right now they have Johnny Boychuk injured, but he should be back in a certain amount of time period. And Calvin DeHaan just it was released that he needs surgery.
So he could be out for
Hmm.
a good chunk of the season.
Exactly, and I mean the defense just as a core has not been great. I mean it definitely can be linked to their goaltending this year.
Yeah,
So
and does DeHaan shoot right? So
DeHaan shoots left.
oh, he shoots
Boychuk,
left.
Boychuk
Boychuk
shoots right.
Okay, so that's
So,
where that would help a little bit for Franzen.
their other right defensemen aren't nearly as
They aren't doing well.
yeah, they're not doing great. Ryan Pollock. I mean they have 9D on the team right now, but like at least 2-3 of those guys could probably play in the AHL top
Right.
line.
Right,
Develop a bit more.
right. But sometimes you don't want to bring in a veteran that
Yeah,
might take a spot from
yeah,
a young guy who's trying to
exactly. I
develop.
mean it depends. I mean they've had a look at their guys for at least 30 games, most of them. So
Right.
you can kind of make a decision based off that.
And then we also got the Leafs.
Yeah,
Possibilities of picking him up. Now they are at their contract limit, so they couldn't claim him.
but a trade
But
could go
a trade could happen.
if he clears waivers, which
Yeah.
could happen.
Yeah. Right now they are in some there's somewhat defensive troubles. Nikita
Yeah.
Zaitsev is out, and
Mhm.
their penalty kills a mess. I'm not sure. I don't think
I
Cody Franson kills
Franson
penalties,
would not.
but
Yeah, but
he had been there. He does have history with the Leafs.
yeah, and he could fit nicely under Babcock's system as well.
Yeah. I
So,
mean, he was there during the brief playoff stint
Yeah.
with against the Boston Bruins.
yeah,
Of course, Leafs fans will remember that for the heartbreaking finish. And then another team you considered was
the Kings, but they're bottom three guys, so they have 7 guys on the roster right now. Their bottom three. I mean, Muzzin's injured, but their bottom three aren't too familiar with the NHL. They've all played pretty well, so you can't say, oh, this is a guy like we need defense, right? That's not necessarily a priority for the Kings. But looking to pick up a veteran defenseman while Muzzin's still injured
right.
couldn't hurt them. I mean,
Right.
it depends how it goes. But I mean, that's pretty much what's going to end up happening.
He's most likely go to a team to replace because all those three
Yeah.
teams had injured
Had
defensemen.
injured defenseman, so he'll go there to replace an injured defenseman. I mean, you could look even at a team like the Oilers, maybe
Mhm.
who need a power play guy, right? And Franzen could try and slot into that role, but
Yeah.
like, there's no real team that's like in a situation where they really need that
Yeah.
sixth defenseman.
Also for Franzen, even if he's just moving to another team to play until the injury comes back, it is nice for him to get
Yeah.
a chance to maybe showcase a little bit.
I mean, he's a UFA at the end of the year, right? So it'll be nice. I mean, he
Yeah.
could go down to the AHL. He'd probably dominate there, but like for him, it's probably more he wants to be at that NHL level, right?
Yeah, because he's been at there for a large part of his career. He doesn't.
Yeah, 8-year veteran, right? So
Yeah.
he'd wanna stay at that level at least next year. He'd definitely try and get back. So
Yeah.
you got to look at the options, and it'll likely be a team that's in an injury
position,
situation. Yeah.
So it's always sort of sad to see a veteran like
Yeah.
that, but get put on waivers.
Yeah.
But you got to hope the best for him. Thank you all for tuning in, and stay tuned for more.